and each
Yeah.
arc gets longer than the last.
We
If
are
you look at if you go by DVD releases, there's like Voyage, whatever part, whatever.
Yeah. We're talking about One Piece a little bit here. I have not even seen one episode of that show, but the live action series looks really fun. Eric's gonna have a review of that. We're gonna have a great time on RPGrinders today. Hopefully, you all can join. A little bit of news to talk about, not a lot, which is always great. I like when the news is compact. What else we got here? No Indie Gala stuff today, Eric?
Actually, I haven't looked.
Oh, okay. Um, let's see. I'm gonna have a
Take
couple
a
of.
really short look.
I'm gonna have a couple of reviews. The Stinkos are always gonna be great, and the Sweetos are gonna be great today too. I've got a shitty Stinko to talk about today, but hopefully that's remedied. But we'll talk about it, and then we're gonna have our tourney, the greatest mascot of all time,
Okay, we
round
got
two.
one.
Okay, hold on, Eric. Let me finish. We're gonna have round two of our free for all, greatest mascot of all time. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. Let's see if we have anybody in the chat.
I'm not going to be buying this one because there's literally only one game I don't have on here.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't buy the
I'd rather
games.
wait until it's part of another bundle.
Yeah, I don't have any of the games. I just have the manga.
Let me put it in the notes though.
All right. Oh, that's another Sweeto I can put in. Tablet. That was a cool little deal, wasn't it, Bernie?
Heck yeah.
I haven't bought a
I'm trying to
tablet.
figure out how to move my app.
How expensive was yours?
I got mine through my phone carrier. They just told me, "Hey, you're eligible to get these 4 tablets for, $25 each."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. I jumped on that, even though I really didn't have the money. But $25 a tablet's not bad. And
I know tablets. I know tablets are pretty cheap, but if you want a really good one, you're gonna have to pay at least $100.
Yeah, good ones. You're gonna have to pay even more than that. I like iPads a lot. I wished I could get an iPad, but those are a little too expensive for my blood now.
So I was considering getting a tablet and then playing all the mobile games on it with a controller.
Yeah, why not?
Hook up like the Xbox controller or something on. Use the Bluetooth on it.
Yeah, why not? Ooh, shit. Eric, I'm going to have to hang up on you for just a second because I got an update on Skype. So go ahead and hang up, and then I'll update this. Skype, I don't want any issues before the show. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. Oops. Let's go back here, and we'll update Skype. And Jen, welcome. Nice to have you in here. I just hung up on Eric. Glad you're here first. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Love your nails. Love the truck, Jen. Jen's a big Halloween freak like Bernie and I.
Heck yeah.
So Bernie's in studio. What's up, Bernie? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the rest of the night.
She's ready. She's ready for me to be done with the show already.
No, I've just been harassing you all day.
I know. What's up with that, Bernie? Jesus, like sniffing me like Biden. What's up with that?
I like to sniff you.
You know, it's like funny. Like everybody has their scent or their sense, right? Bernie's is scent, like smelling things. Other people, it's like their eyes seeing things, hearing things, feeling things. Mine is more obviously visual. I like visually looking at people, which is a little less intrusive than
like
sniffing somebody.
Boobs.
I do like to look at boobs. What did you say? Hold on for everybody out there.
Frank likes to look at boobs.
Well, yes, that is true. Let's get Eric back on here. All right, Eric, come on now. All right, Eric. Is your Skype up to date, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It updates automatically.
Oh, okay. Mine doesn't for whatever reason, but whatever. Jen says, shit, I looked and MLH was live. Yes. Love you, Bernie, she says.
I love you, Jen. Kisses. Lots of kisses.
Yeah. We're going to have a great show today. We're going to not have a ton of news, which is always nice. I like that, Eric, when we don't have like a ton of news. It makes the show seem a little more better. I have a skeleton on his knees. I'll explain more in a bit. Ooh, I wonder what that's about, Jen. I think you were being a cochina, putting a skeleton on his knees.
That's what happens when we miss hot tub for a week.
I know. We'll be back Tuesday for hot tub for sure, but you know, it is what it is. Hey, Eric, are you gonna get this Yggdra Union 3-in-1 pack?
We don't know if it's gonna get Come of the West, so probably not until that happens.
Got you. A little sticky, Jack Wow says. At the moment. I wonder what you've been up to, Jen.
Not with her full body condom.
I know, right? Maybe it's what's inside the full body condom. Ooh. All right. We're just waiting on Breakman to jump on in, and then we're gonna have a heck of a show. Our stinkos are gonna be pretty stinkos this week. You know, I do have an update on my progress in Breath of the Wild, so you guys are going to want to stick around for that. I like how you stick around till the end, Jen, because the second half of the show is usually a little more comedy-friendly. The news tends to, you know, just be the news, but the second half of the show is always a lot funner. Let's see. I'm going to have...
Funner's improper English, man.
So what? You think this show is proper, Eric?
No, but I just don't.
What are we in, like mid-century England now, Eric? You're gonna correct all the colloquialisms.
At least you're not saying more funner. Then I'd really be upset.
More funner. The second half of the show is gonna be more funner. Yes, more about my OnlyFans. Thanks for the donation last month, Jen. I really appreciate that. I'll do a secondary striptease for you this month if you give me the same amount of money. All ears.
Can I watch?
Of course, as long as you pay money.
Darn it.
She's like, darn it. Let's see. All right, I think we're good. More about your OnlyFans. What else do we got? The Sweetos are my Sweetos are pretty cool this week too. And then our tourney, we get to go into round 2 of the greatest mascot of all time. Some great mascots there. If you guys haven't checked out the descriptions when Breakman does the descriptions, they are top notch. Eric does a great job too, but man. We each have our own. I mean, maybe not me, but Eric and Break have their niches on this show. What really works for it, and Breakman is definitely the descriptions on the show. Check it out because it was really fun. Really fun description this week. He always knocks it out of the park. Eric knocks it out of the park with his reviews. Break knocks it out of the park with his descriptions of the show. I don't do anything but be here. All right, I think our friend Break is here, so let's go ahead and add him to the call and do a little pre-show banter before we get started here. Let's see. Let's add Break. Let's go ahead and give him a ring-a-dingy. Let's see if he gets on here in a timely... He's been... I mean, since he's got his new laptop, he's been on point every week, so pretty fun there. Breakman, you here?
I guess.
Yes, you're here. How was your week, dude?
That's all right.
Cool. That's good to hear, man. Nice to have you here. Scorching hot weather here in Denver. I still, man, like it's like summer doesn't want to give
high 70s.
Ugh, I wish it's 98 today, man. 98. Yeah.
But I'd rather take that over like 10 degrees any day of the week.
Yeah, I'd rather have 77-degree weather all year, but
yeah, that'd be nice.
It's only certain parts of California, and it's like, and even then it gets hot in Cali. I know Jen Wow in chat has been dealing with some heat too, man. Everywhere it's like
they're like hot and cold spots and shit like that. Like I was surprised to find out it snows in parts of LA that I thought were like all warm and stuff.
Yeah, well, very rare, but it does.
I know. I'm just like, whoa, okay. I did not know that. Yeah. I thought it was always the same. Never mind.
We're going to have a heck of a show today, guys. Not a ton of news, which I always like. What else we got? Eric's got another Indie Gala homie discount you guys are going to want to stick around for. I've got an update on Breath of the Wild, which I'll talk to you guys about. Couple of reviews from me. I'm gonna review a movie called Exist and Mind Games. Eric's got a review for LA One Piece, and we'll have to wait till we get to reviews to see if Break has one.
No, I don't. I've been busy gaming this week. So
oh, really? Okay, cool. So that's cool. Stick around to find out what Break has been playing. What else? Stinkos are always going to be on point and fun, I guess. This week I've got some that are not so fun. One in particular that's driving me crazy. Skodoma says Streets of Rage 4 is sweet. Sweetos are going to be great. And then, of course, we're going to round it all off with our free-for-all tournament. Greatest mascot of all time, round 2, which has been pretty fun so far. Right, gentlemen? All right. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Breakman, you ready? Breakman, are you ready to go? Can't hear you, Breakman. Breakman, are you there? Yo, Breakman. We lost Breakman. I see him trying to talk, but no sound is coming out. Check your settings, Break. Let's see what's going on here. I see your window lighting up, but no hay palabras. No words. Excuse me. Break, are you there? Can almost hear. I see you trying to talk, Break, but what's going on here? Breakman, are you there? Breakman. 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 Te quiero puta. Skodoma says that's a song by Rammstein. Hey, and it's that tune slaps, man. It's really good. Break, as the kids say. Ooh, there's a new movie on Shudder called Bloodflower. Gore flows in gruesome horror as an exorcist teen fights his demons. That sounds good. Maybe we'll watch that tonight. Breakman, are you there?
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, you ready to go, Break?
Yeah, I guess so.
You need a second?
No, I guess. Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, I'll give you a second. 1 Mississippi.
Damn it!
Let me know when you're ready, Break, and we'll get this party started. I'm pumped for this show, man. I'm excited. That was the cutest thing ever, Bernie. She's excited too. Yeah, you did, Skodoma.
I'm not sure, but maybe you can confirm for me, Bernie. But did I actually friend you on TikTok?
She's not listening. Did Eric friend you on TikTok, Bernie?
Let me check. Let me check real quick.
She's gonna check, Eric.
Oh, she hasn't checked.
Skodoma, I've heard that song before, but yes, you did send it to me. But it's good, man. That song, as the kids say, slaps. Do they still say that? Probably not. Do they still say that, Bernie?
What?
If a song is good, do they say it slaps?
I hate
Older
that.
people say it.
I like that.
Oh yeah, you followed me, Eric.
Did you
Okay,
follow
I just wanted
Eric?
to make sure that was you.
Yep. Yep, I followed Eric too.
Okay, good. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Rammstein, Skodoma. So Rammstein, however you say it.
Eric, did you like that video?
I wonder what
okay,
you find in my butthole. Whatever that song is. The song is fun.
That little girl.
That little girl is good. And you know what's funny is that the mom was like, my girl made a song about her butthole, but quite honestly, it slaps. something like that. Break, are you there? Why can we not hear Break, man? This is crazy. Technical difficulties. The story of RPGrinders podcast. Almost 16 years, and nothing but trouble. Break, man, bathe her, and bring her to me. Break man, are you there? You probably needed to poop. I think that's what happened. Eric, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Funny part is the fake female voice saying "I Rico." I know, Skodoma. That's pretty funny, man. That song is really good, man. Like, not only is it pretty good, but it's pretty funny at the same time. You know, really good. I see you in there.
I don't know why my chat was wiped from before, but whatever.
I don't know. It looks like O1L is in there. Viola, H, Hades or Havdes, Dropsnat, and Kata. Thanks for being in here lurking.
I had to reset my computer.
Obviously, Skodoma, thanks for being here as well, man. Really appreciate it. Breakman, are you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
I can't see anybody typing for some reason. Though.
And welcome, everybody, to the Boeing of podcast. It's episode 757 of RPGrinders. See what I did there, Break and Eric? You know, a little tie-in to the number of the show. Anyways, the show's RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great and Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
We're the three dirty dwarves. That Saturn game that time forgot.
Exactly. What were you saying, Break?
So do you want laughter or applause?
Yeah, both, you know.
Both?
Yeah. There you go. Bunch of degenerates, Skodoma says. That's exactly right, man. We're the degenerates of the podcasting community, man. It's hard
I once referred to our podcast as the dismal gestures of RPG podcasts.
Yeah, dismal gestures. There you go. All right, gentlemen. Well, it's been a week.
Gestures, not gestures.
Jesters, yes, the jesters of podcast. Exactly. Why not? Especially Breakman. I don't know why I said that, Breakman.
What did I do?
I don't know. I just felt like saying that. Felt right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. All right, let's get into the news. We don't got a ton of it, so let's get through it. RPG News. All right, Eric, you are up.
Okay, from RPG site, we've got Danmachi Battle Chronicle launching on PS4 and PS5 sometime in 2024. The full title is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Battle Chronicle. Danmachi is just two parts of the actual full name. Yeah. Truncated into one name.
I don't know if it's wrong, but it's strange. It's not the best.
But Solid Snake taught us that love can bloom on a battlefield, so why not pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yeah, but like I think about like she's working, kind of it's her job. Like it's like women don't want to be hit at when they're at the gym, you know? And there are guys that'll still do it. And they're like, no, I'm here to work out. You jack."
We'll kill these slimes and then we can go to the bar or something.
Yeah, like,
Wait a minute.
tomorrow-
Wait a minute. You're telling me, Breakman, that the only reason to go to the gym is to work out and not pick up on chicks? Is that what you're saying, Break?
I don't know what to say to that.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure, man. Because I thought that. Never mind. I'm not saying anything.
Anyways, it's gonna receive a home console release. This is basically the mobile game, so it's a port of the mobile game.
Right on. Okay. Anything else on that, Eric?
Nope.
Freak 5, welcome to chat, man. Nice to have you in here. Breakman, next story, please.
It's like she goes in a battle with random parties, and every once in a while, or like every party, there's one dude. It's like, hey,
Hey,
a
how's it
little
going?
fight, like they're trying to fight a golem and shit like
Dude,
that.
yeah.
I'm low on HP.
Hey,
Can
do you
go
need?
to see a movie later?
Yeah. Do you need a spotter at the gym? All right, break. Let's get.
Come
I
to
mean,
us
we're
now,
already
what you
derailed,
say?
man.
What's that?
We're already derailed. Let's move
Yes.
along here.
I got my dates mixed up last week for the release of Liza P. It's not coming out until the 19th or the 16th if you pay for the premium price, despite the fact it's on Game Pass. I don't know why anybody paid for the privilege of playing it early, but I think that also means you might be buying it at a discount or something. But Starfield actually is the game.
Pay more to get a discount? That doesn't make sense. Eric.
No, you're paying to get a discount on a game that you could otherwise just play on launch day like everybody else.
Yeah,
Game Pass.
the 3 games this month are Liza P, Payday 3, and there was one other big one.
Starfield.
Starfield.
This week.
Yeah, Starfield. I mean, dude, Microsoft, I have to give them credit. I know it's not my favorite of the two, but I do like both systems. I just happen to like PlayStation 5 a little bit more. Although I'll talk to you about my frustration
There's a
with the
bunch
PlayStation.
of Sony fans getting mad about its exclusivity, though.
I don't give a shit about that, man. Get the Game Pass.
To
You
the
know, I mean,
point where they're lying about it being on the console or somehow. So they're
whatever.
lying themselves, I guess.
whatever. My point being is Microsoft's
it's
fucking.
copium, as people say on the internet now.
I am sick of fucking console fanboys.
I agree with
Console
you.
fanboys, Sony fanboys, Nintendo fanboys. I'm sick of.
I
fucking all of
agree.
them.
I totally.
Which is why I unfriended Steven from R9 Cast because he's a gigantic Xbot. Who's
Yeah,
just obnoxious as shit.
Xbots are the worst to me, man. I know that the PS5 fanboys are insufferable as well, but the Xbox fanboys just drive me up the fucking wall.
I
But
will say this though, it
I'm just
kind
glad
of doesn't make
Nintendo
sense to be a
fanboys much.
Sony fanboy because Sony's done a lot to destroy its goodwill.
I agree. I agree, Eric. What were you saying, Break?
I think it's the Nintendo, like the Nintendo fans, like they'll come at you in a legion if you insult something like, say, a Pokemon game or something.
I agree with you, but I'm kind of a Nintendo fanboy. I really like Nintendo,
I mean,
even though.
I love Nintendo too, but I'm saying like the fanboys themselves, like
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
fanboys.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Fanboys are the people who get one system and they swear by that system.
Yeah,
it's-
and they're not
it's like-
open to anything else, and it
Mm,
just. I mean, as a matter of fact, I mean, the fucking Switch is like paltry compared to
Thanks
even
for reminding me, Freak, about Baldur's Gate 3 because I want to buy it on the PS5, but there's too many other games I want to buy and stuff I gotta take care of, like working out when I could get my next pair of glasses by making my next eye appointment.
Scotoma says
So I gotta find someone who's in network for my insurance.
Scotoma says he got a fractured butthole. I don't know what
And then
that's
I have
about.
to pay for gas and groceries.
You need to
tomorrow,
get to a doctor, Scotoma. No, I-
Freak, do you buy the PS5 version though? Is it Because I know there's multiplayer, but is it online multiplayer?
I have no idea. I like the South Park games, Scotoma. Not so much Fractured Butthole, but the first one, Stick of Truth, was awesome. It was a really, really good game.
He's playing the Steam version. Though,
No, let's get back to this
PS5
quickly.
versions.
Let's just get back to this
Okay.
fanboy thing, Breakman. I agree with you, dude. The Nintendo ones are pretty insufferable too. But to me, the worst are the Xbox, man. Like they just, it's so annoying, and it's like look, yes, you got a lot of fucking exclusives. That's great. I have an Xbox X. I don't use it quite as much as I use my PlayStation 5.
Oh wait, so,
Hold on.
I think it.
Eric, Jesus Christ,
okay,
that's 3
just
fucking
make sure
times.
you don't ignore me later. That's the only reason I interrupt, because I know you will pass me up.
Let me know when you're done, Eric.
I'm done. You can go ahead and say what you're saying.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the permission. I don't know. I think all fanboys are ridiculous, Breakman, to get to your point. It just, why can't we enjoy, like I have...
Some oranges over and who's worse.
Yeah, I like all the consoles for varying reasons, right? I mean, I'm thinking of getting the Game Pass because it's fucking awesome. All the first party stuff, especially with now all the new exclusives, and it's not quite as bullshitty with the pricing as the fucking PlayStation. I like the PlayStation because I think the games just play much better on it, and they look better to me. And I like the Nintendo because of their first party stuff. I mean, can we all just like agree that there's good stuff on each console? I mean, I give Nintendo a lot of shit for their Switch not being up to par to even the Xbox S, let alone the X. You know, I mean, I don't even want to know what the Switch 2 is going to be like because it's going to piss me off. It's not even going to be as powerful as, say, the Xbox S. Watch.
I bet you're right. That's exactly what I was thinking. So the next Nintendo is going to come out and it's going to be weaker than the Xbox's weakest system.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna be all excited when they hear a new console, and then they're gonna announce the specs, and people are gonna go, "Fuck!"
I wish they would just shock the industry one time and come out with an actual current gen system instead of always being behind. Can you imagine the first party stuff that would go to Nintendo in a heartbeat because of the base of Nintendo? I mean, you think about all the games like Starfield. Even though that's exclusive to Xbox, is probably a bad example, but something like Wolong or you know, one of the heavier you know, something like that, you know, that could be on a Nintendo platform and perform as well as the other consoles. I mean, people would fucking totally get a Nintendo at that point, you know, but they never think ahead. They're always a step behind when it comes to power of console. And I think
just look at their one-time deal they had with Sony. Like, they could have been on top of like they would have been the hardware juggernauts at that point, you know.
Absolutely, they would have been.
Xbox would have came into the console wars if Nintendo and Sony had such a dominant, you know.
Yeah.
It would have been them, and then Sega.
Yeah, I mean,
died off.
And now sadly, Nintendo is like trying to team up with Microsoft. It seems, and I'm like, it just doesn't make sense at all, man. Like it just whatever. But anyways, let's move on now. Break to the next story.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We're doing news, weren't we? Coming to us live from Wolong Fallen Dynasty, Conqueror of Jiandong DLC launches September 27th. That's a mouthful I just said.
It sure is.
This is the second volume of DLC.
Yeah.
It'll be out at 8 a.m. BST. What's BST?
No idea. Japan time? I don't know.
British Standard Time?
British Standard. Yeah. That might be it. Freak 5 said. Freak 5 is talking about naked gnomes.
What I wanted to
talk about? Naked gnomes. What?
He says.
What I wanted to mention earlier is that Sony's got double standards when it comes to nudity, because apparently Baldur's Gate 3 on PS5 has you being a naked gnome, and like. If that were like a game like Lisa, it'd get censored to the point where like cigarettes had to be renamed to be called something else. That's how ridiculous Sony's censorship has gotten.
I agree. I mean, I don't know.
And its policies, and like I'm mentioning the double standards because like a game like Baldur's Gate could do that, but it's because they're Larian and they made a AAA game. And it's got a realistic graphic art style, so it seemingly gets a pass.
Well, and here's some more hypocrisy for you, or double standards. You can show somebody getting their head blown off or head chopped off, but you can't fucking see boobs. It's the stupidest thing in the world to me.
I mean, look, Mortal Kombat tries to outdo herself with every game. It's
I know.
How gory they can make their kills, you know?
There was a kill I saw in Mortal Kombat 1, Break, speaking of that, where I don't know if it was Melina or the blue one. I can't remember their names. Melina or one of them.
Katana.
The one, Katana, where she throws her fans. One fan's on top, one fan's on the bottom, and it just like just obliterates it, like turns it into you into just mush. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's so good.
Nice.
So good. But yeah, I mean, we're okay with that. But yeah, oh man, how dare we show female nipples? I mean, or a male penis? I mean, wow,
Yeah.
Speaking of nudity,
All the
But that just means that they're Barbie dolls, because
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows like adult naked female or naked male. And it's like there's no penis, there's no nipples. Like it's
Yeah.
like they're dolls. Like this, it's just weird.
I know.
Why draw them naked in the first place if you weren't gonna actually draw them naked?
I know. Freak5 says my gnome barbarian is naked and makes cut scenes funny. He got the PS5 version, Eric. He says, since my gnome is shorter than most NPCs, they are looking down at him, so it looks like they're looking at his dick. That's funny. Their expressions while talking to him, I imagine, are their reaction to seeing his dick. That's funny.
So wait, let me get this straight.
No nipples.
There's dick size, and a game that came out not too long ago, but like you can't choose the dick size on the PS5 version of this game. Okay,
Guess
so there's
not.
the censorship coming in.
Yeah, that's
Oh
stupid.
my god, I'm not repeating that one.
Scotoma is exiled, you son of a bitch.
or does penis A, B, C, D just different textures for the penis? Is that what they are? Not sizes.
I don't know what it is, man. Let's see. We're gonna go on to the next story as soon as my computer cooperates. Here we go. Crimson Tactics: The Rise of White Banner launches for PC on September 5th. So there's a story. There's a little trailer here. You tactics people might be interested in this. Let's see if I can get to gameplay here. Of course, there's no. Oh, that was special, Eric. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any gameplay in this thing, but so far all I'm seeing is just like comic book images. So, yep, there you go. So there's the story. All right, Eric, next story, please.
Next story is grim, dark, medieval tactical RPG known simply as just Beasts, announced for PC from Warsaw-based studio False Prophet. Unique beast system, exercise. Yes, both of them are here. Your inner beast, you decide. System pushes players to make difficult moral decisions during combat. And just the typical bullet point stuff is after that.
Yeah. Freak5 says choose between pubes or no pubes and circumcised or uncircumcised. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I mean that's
2024. So yeah, that's all there is to that article.
Yeah, and it's a trailer with just CG, no gameplay, which I hate, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. All right, Breakman, next story, please.
Coming to us live from Matsu, Bloodstain Ritual of the Night sales top 2 million. Wow, nice. First look at Versus and Chaos modes. There are now more information will be announced on September 14th. Right now, we don't know much of anything, but they sold 2 million, so good for them. So it's a hit.
Yeah, 2 million.
I've said before, they wouldn't announce the numbers if they weren't pleased with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 million.
They don't announce the bad numbers. That always comes out like in a news article and stuff like that.
I know, like Square Enix, they're all bummed because they only sold 20 million copies instead of 30. You know, it's like so stupid.
Exactly.
And they're like the only ones that do that. They're the only ones that are like so disappointed when they, don't hit such a huge lofty goal. It's like come on, man, like really. But I'm happy for this game because this is kind of a spiritual successor to Castlevania in a way, and it's really good. I played a little bit of it, but I was playing the 8-bit versions. I can't what do they call it? Curse of the Moon, I think is what it's called.
So basically, the online features and the classic mode 2, which is basically just Castlevania 2, but you play as Dominique, are going to be the last pieces of DLC for this game.
Yeah.
But there'll be premium DLC. You'll have to buy. I think the free update is for the classic mode too, but I think you'll have to pay for the online stuff.
I'm disappointed because it doesn't flop around. Freak 5 says. What are we doing here, Freak? Come on, man. We're so and I mean, why not? I mean, there are boob physics in games like Dead or Alive, right? I mean, why not ding dong physics? You know.
But Dead or Alive takes it so over the top that it's comical.
I know,
Just,
I know.
like their shit's bouncing to the ground and shit almost. Like, damn, I didn't know.
It's not nearly as comical as it was with the first Dead or Alive game, where there was like an age slider, which I guess determined the jiggle physics, but it didn't matter since they were ridiculously bouncy anyway.
I know. I know.
The slider was just broken.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm waiting for the news story. Every time I get to a goddamn Gamatsu article, I have to reload it. All right, here we go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem game announced for consoles and PC in 2024. No date there, so that's as much play as I'm going to give that story. Eric, next story, please.
Next story is from... Hold on, I gotta close this out. Okay. TMNT Mutant Mayhem is getting a video game. What? You reading chat or something? Because I must have missed something.
Yeah, he doesn't know about the female characters yet. Do you get nipple placement? Is that where we are, Breakman? Really?
Eric, Frank just wrote that story.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Retro Game Challenge.
I was busy reading something. Retro Game Challenge 1 and 2 replay. Announced for Switch. Series known as Game Center CX Arino no Chusenkojo.
That's a mouthful too, but Eric, you got through that like a champ, dude.
Anyways, we did get the first game for the DS, but we never got the second game. And I'm hoping that these will be localized.
Yeah, Breakman, do you like the baloney nipples, or do you like the little like mosquito bites? Like, what are you talking about here?
Oh, they're all good. They all have their own.
I agree.
Special
I agree.
Anyways, the remaster is going to include one new mini game, which is a side-scrolling action game reminiscent of the late 1980s. So I wonder what kind of action game they're actually referring to with that.
I don't know. You know what I do know is I'm gonna get some more RAM in this computer. I decided I'm not gonna get a brand new computer. I'm just gonna get more RAM. That'll help all this nonsense. I think it's just the amount of ads that these websites put on their damn site. You know. It's
Also,
crazy.
I didn't put this in the news, but I want to briefly mention it. But for whatever reason, someone felt like doing a remaster of the absolutely terrible and boring Gargoyles game for the Genesis.
Yeah, why would they do
And the remastering looks kind of terrible because the shading that they use is garbage.
I didn't even look at it, Eric. I'm like, ugh. Why would anybody want to play that piece of shit anyways?
And they didn't take the time to, fix any of the gameplay because technically it's one of those games where you can play in the classic mode or in the remastered visuals style. So all the gameplay mechanics are remaining the same. So it's going to play just as badly as it did before.
Great. Let's
and like for such a narrative-driven television series, the game had absolutely no story. It's just you go here and do stuff.
Who are they making this for?
Who knows? Who cares?
I guess
because like most of the
people nostalgic for bad games that people probably love despite knowing how bad they actually are because they were in love with the game they played when they were a kid.
I guess. I mean, I played bad games as a kid that I love, but I don't want to see remakes of them.
Unless they can fix them, but they're not doing it here. So.
Freak 5 says, I found out that I can use the throw command to pick up enemies and throw them in Baldur's Gate 3. I heard Baldur's Gate 3 is a great game, man. I just have too many other isometric games to get through, like Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. And
I already bought a game on Limited Run Games, and then I'm going to be buying Pikmin 1 and 2 at the end of the month. And then there's all the stuff in October and November, so I can't really I can't really buy Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment.
All right, last story, Breakman.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu, Yggdra Union?
Yep.
Yggdral?
Yggdra.
Yggdral, I don't care. Union 3-in-1 Special Edition announced for Switch. This is 3 games in 1. Kimco. What are they split now?
Yeah, Kemco is a publisher, so them publishing a game that they didn't develop is typical for them.
Okay. No, I just meant like.
But what isn't typical is they're not publishing a game made from their go-to studio that makes all the cheap, mediocre RPGs that you usually see from Kemco.
Skodom is like me. He's waiting for a sale on.
I think EXE Create is the top one, and then there's one other company that develops games exclusively for Kemco.
Yeah. Skodom was waiting for Baldur's Gate 3 to go on sale like I am. Like, I'm not going to buy that.
There's whatever company that made that one visual novel that they published called Raging Loop, which I heard is really good, and I have a Switch version, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah. I'm going to wait too, Skodoma, for sure. All right, homie discounts. Eric, you have one homie discount here, and it's obviously an Indie bundle of games. What do we got here?
Yeah. Okay. Let me load it up. I closed it earlier. But this is the Sinner's Garden bundle, an R18 plus hentai game collection. It's most of the stuff that I've mentioned before, but here's the list. Nakadashi Banzai, Vanilla Garden of Judgment, Neighbor Watching, The Interview, you know what you've got to do to get the job. School Idol, QT Cool, Detective Masochist, Case of the Tortured Servant.
Wait a minute.
Oh no, Detective Masochist 2. Sorry.
Which is the one that you don't have, Eric?
I think I don't have Vanilla Garden of Judgment.
Oh, but you have the Interviewer.
I have all the other games.
You know what you got to do to get the job. What is it that you have to do?
Fuck.
Oh, okay.
It's a hentai game, so what do you think?
Of course. I mean, well, I don't know. Is it oral sex? Is it doggy style?
Here's the description. Our hero is the president of a tiny studio known as Happy Productions. On the dull grind of production work, he has a secret: taking girls who are looking for a job and saying just how far they are willing to go.
Oh man, that's funny. I like the other one, Neighbors Watching, too. Break says you're talking in chat. Yeah, I think Break's having a good time with that game for sure. He's away for now, but all right. Let's anything else? Any other homie discounts?
No.
All right, let's move on. No Dear Breakman this week to
Inquiring minds want to know.
Eric, let's start with you this week. What have you been playing?
I finished Diablo 2 because I figured why not. So I finished that up, and so when the game originally released on PC back when it came out, it technically wasn't finished because you get the end of the 4th act and then game ends, and then you had to buy the expansion Lord of Destruction to do Act 5 and finish the game. And I guess it was very typical of Western PC game developers of the era, but the game doesn't really have an ending. I mean, it has an ending sequence, but like after you do that, you expect credits. No, the game just goes back to the title screen.
Great.
And it gives you a congratulatory message before it does that. You know, like if you beat an old classic game like Rocket Knight Adventures, it'll start saying, thank you for playing, and that.
Congratulations. Freak 5 says they announced.
I think there is a credits section that I could have clicked on to look at the credits, but like you think the game would have done that for you when you beat the game, but no.
Freak 5 says they announced my new supervisor at work. The person they picked looks like the tall goth kid in South Park. When you said that, Freak, all I could think about was the goth music in South Park, Stick of Truth. Let's see if I can pull that up, Stick of Truth. I love it. It's just, I don't know if it's Matt Stone or one of those guys like that sings it, but it's pretty fun. I was showing people at work the picture of the South Park character today and asking them who they. That's funny. All right, here we go. Here's a little bit of this. That's not the one I'm thinking of though. It's like let's see, theme 1. Let's see, not that. It's the other. It's this one I think.
I wasn't done yet. We kind of just moved
What if you
on.
could do
All right, go
SEO
ahead,
smarter?
Eric. What else
I
you
also
got?
played Sea of Stars, and I think I'm nearing the end of that game, but I'm not sure if I'm actually at the end because I'm reading my game's progress based on the number of these things called Rainbow Conches, which are like kind of like the mini medals in a Dragon Quest game. But like, while I'm certain that I'm missing, the game will even tell you if there's an item in the area if you unlock this parrot that just tells you if there's something in the area. The only annoying thing with that is that it doesn't tell you everything that's missing there. It just randomly will tell you like one thing that you might have missed. And the only way to know if you've got everything is if you look at the map screen and there's a exclamation point that's in silver saying you've gotten everything here. It doesn't actually say that. That's just what it indicates. But like there's apparently 60 of these and I only managed to find 34. So maybe there's a nice chunk of the game left after this supposedly final area I'm going to.
Yeah. And you have Game Pass, or did you?
Or there's actually a post game, which would be pretty interesting.
You have Game Pass, right, Eric?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing it on Game Pass.
Yeah. All right. Here's a little. I think this is the music. Let's see. That's not it. It's not what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll find it eventually. It's pretty good stuff, man. All right. Let's see. Anything else you've been playing, Eric?
Oh, that's really it.
All right, Breakman. What have you been playing?
A bit more of Borderlands 3. I think I'm about 2/3 way through the game, which is cool. Because I want to beat it because there are a bunch of upgrades and stuff that don't unlock until you beat the game and start a new game plus.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
Kind of want to get to that point. It's still fun. It's actually, the story's gotten a bit better with some of the other characters they've added in, which is good because like the main villain, like they kind of wanted to be like wanted to make another like Handsome Jack, like this character 8 that's saying funny stuff, but it doesn't come off as funny. Anything
Doesn't land. It just doesn't land. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can't stand her. I just want to shoot her. Still, the game's fun. I see more of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have it's good, but I think it needs some updates because I've dealt with some cheaters.
Oh no, I hate that shit, man. What do you mean by cheating?
How do you cheat on a game that's console unless there's crossplay involved, which means the PC players are cheating?
I don't know how they're doing it, but there have been several instances where I start a game and the other team, like I'll start as the killer, the family. I'll start as Leatherface, and as soon as I start the game, the other team, like the victims, they're already out of the basement. Or there's been one game where there's a guy already attacking me.
What?
Maybe they're exploiting glitches in the program to do like weird stuff.
I don't know what's going on, but somebody's exploiting something.
That's bullshit.
And it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened a few times, and it's like, what the fuck?
That sucks, man. That ruins the fun, man. Like that's why PC shit a lot of time isn't really fun multiplayer because of the fucking cheaters, man.
Yeah, I just quit those matches when it happens. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm out.
Yep.
Like I started one, and it tells you when when somebody escapes because Grandpa wakes up. It's like the game starts, and as soon as it starts, Grandpa's awake. I'm like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
Out already. The game just started.
Yeah.
I
Ridiculous.
don't know what they're exploiting. That's irritating. And the other game that I've played is, well, I should be playing it right now, but instead I do a podcast.
Oh man, what other game? Break.
I'm so glad it's for free. It just well, not free. It's Game Pass.
Starfield.
Starfield.
Yeah.
I can see my life being dedicated to this game now.
It looks good, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm intrigued. It's a Bethesda special. You know, I mean,
I've heard a lot of bugs and stuff, but I've only encountered one so far, and that was a person walking through like a cutscene. I'm talking to somebody, and they're just kind of walking through. And that's a common thing that's happened in like every Bethesda game.
yeah, yeah. Well, at least it's not as bad as when Skyrim came out, man. Dragons flying backwards and upside down.
I've heard there's a lot of bugs from what I've heard, like people riding on the outside of ships and stuff like that. But I haven't encountered anything. But I'm not.
I wish once that Bethesda would come out a game that wasn't buggy, man. I really do. I wish they would come out.
It's almost as if they're doing it because people expect it, so they don't.
I know, and they don't care
because
because they think it's like a charming thing. I don't think it's charming.
Also, it saves them money if they don't have to put in more money for.
I think it makes their developers look really incompetent. I mean, they have never gotten it right ever. Like,
I'd argue that they are actually incompetent because they keep making the same ugly looking.
That's what I'm saying, Eric. I mean, that's exactly what were you saying, Break?
Nobody at that company has any ambition.
I was gonna say like it's selling this on like Game Pass and so that way. I mean, they're selling it individually too, but selling it on Game Pass kind of. It makes that different, though. It makes it that you kind of can go ahead and release a game that's not finished if you can be constantly updating.
I agree. I mean, if that's why I'm saying, Break, man. Like, I'm really. Hold on, Eric. That's what I'm saying, Break. Like the Game Pass is totally fucking killing it, dude. Like these are reasons why. You're not really complaining, even if I guarantee if you did run into bugs like Cyberpunk 2077 was a great example, man. That game was buggy as fuck when it first came out. Like, I mean,
or Redfall. Eric, I played that game, and that game was fucking buggy. You remember some of the shit I had to do up in that game?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but since you played it on Game Pass, it's a total pass. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay.
I understood it was great. I was having fun with it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
the PC version is the one that has the most bugs so far.
But what if Break you played? Let's say you bought Redfall. Would you be as forgiving? I mean, probably not, right?
No, I wouldn't be as forgiving.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why people were pissed. You know, I'd be the same way because I mean, I like to mostly buy my games. I mean, I enjoy the PS Plus stuff that I get from time to time, but the only thing that pisses me, I mean, this is another thing that pissed me off about at least like with the Game Pass, first party stuff's going to be out for not free but on Game Pass, right? So you're not going to have to drop $70 on it. But PlayStation, like there've been several times I bought in games even a month prior, and then the next month that game is free on fucking PlayStation Plus. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, it pisses me off. I don't know. Just Xbox is doing things right with the Game Pass is what I'm saying. I mean, I do like the PlayStation a little bit better. I think graphically it's superior. I think I think it runs superior to the Xbox, all that stuff. But
I really want to play the VR, PlayStation VR. I want to play it so badly.
Dude, I really want you to get a PS5. Like,
no, I look at it every time I go in the store. Walk past it, like, oh, there it is.
I know, man. I mean, I wish you could get a PS5 Break. It's a good experience. I mean, those controllers are the best I've ever dealt with. I mean, they really are. I there's no other way to put it, man. Just the controller makes a big difference. But let's move on. Anything else you've been playing, Break?
No, just Starfield. Lots and lots of Starfield.
I got an FYI, people.
What's
I
that?
should have mentioned this during homie discounts, but the free. At first, I didn't think there was a free upgrade path for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge game on the PS5 4 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
There is, but it's for a limited time only, and it's actually ending on the 14th. So
take advantage of it now.
Yeah.
Scotama says, I hacked the hell out of GTA 5 so I don't have to grind. I think it's lame to go.
Although there apparently is no difference between the two. It's just it was developed to run on the PS5 versus its backward compatibility stuff.
I think it's lame to go after other players, Scotama says. I do too, Scotama. I think that's stupid. You guys need gaming.
I used to play a lot of PC games and stuff like that. It's so expensive to upgrade to PC all the time.
Yeah, you guys need gaming computers.
Like, just buy a console, that's it.
Yeah, you guys need gaming computers and ditch the console. Scotama says, not a chance, Scotama. I will never, ever go
Well, I
back
got a
to.
Steam Deck, so that's good enough for like smaller games.
I will
But
never go
I'm
back.
gonna need a new rig soon
Eric.
eventually because this one's just old anyway.
I
So
will
why
never.
not?
I will never go back to PC gaming. I did that. The last game I played on it, as a matter of fact, was two of them. Diablo 2 was one, and Half-Life 2. And I will never go back, man. I'll never forget the time that I bought. I had a new computer, right, brand new out of the box. I thought it was the latest and greatest, and I bought Vampire the Masquerade, and I took it home, installed it. I was all happy, and when I got there to the open, I started the game, booted up. I was super excited because I love the Vampire the Masquerade, the game, the tabletop game, and none of the fog was working. Then I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? What's wrong with this? So I took the game back, and he's like, oh yeah, you don't have the right graphics card for that. So I had to buy a $200 graphics card just to make the game look like it should have. And I was like,
It's kind of like
never.
buying hardware for your hardware.
Yeah, it's like never again will I ever do that. No, thank you. I'm not interested.
But
Well, hold on. Windows is to me the most god awful shit ever because you're constantly upgrading things. It's why I prefer Apple to Macs to PCs because I'm not going to be doing any video gaming on there. I got my consoles for that, and I don't have to worry about constantly upgrading every year. RAM this and video card this and no, never again. I will never go back. Never. What were you going to say, Eric?
I want to answer Squill's question where he asked us if they'll make a better version of 3DS. No, I don't think they're going to do that, but there are rumors about the Switch 2, and they seem to be more credible because several sites have referenced it, how at Gamescom, Nintendo went behind doors with a few people and showed that off a tech demo of Breath of the Wild, which is running at better performance. And there's also a rumor that's citing that Nintendo is looking into getting a VR. So I think what the Switch 2 is going to be an upgraded Switch, but developed for VR, and it's going to be at a price point that's affordable for most people, unlike Sony's $600 offering.
Yeah, I think that is exciting.
I think it will implement 3D that way, and then that's how they can sort of do the Switch 3DS successor.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real reason for a 3DS when you got a Switch console that's already portable, Scotoma. So I hope that answers your question. I would save my money and get the Switch 2 because it is promising. If it's playing Breath of the Wild at, I don't know, 60 frames and runs smoothly, I mean, I think that it might be worthy of an upgrade. I don't know.
People are like overselling what the specs are supposedly are, but they're saying PS5. That just means that it's going to be comparable to that with the way it's rendering resolution due to its DLSS rendering technology that's being used, but it's probably going to be closer to a game that runs on PS4 Pro's optimization.
Yeah.
Level.
I mean I have high hopes for the Switch too. I hope it's really, really good. I mean, by all accounts, everything I've read, people are pretty impressed with the performance of Breath of the Wild. But again, Breath of the Wild doesn't have exactly like modern, like realistic graphics or anything. But the scope of Breath of the Wild is pretty big. So, running smoothly, 60 frames. I mean, maybe a little touch up on the graphics. If it's anywhere near PS5, I think that would be acceptable. That would be pretty cool. I'd be interested in that for sure. Scotoma says, I think I spend the same as someone who would buy the latest console when I upgrade my computer. Yeah, but you probably do it a little more often than console, Scotoma. And I don't have to worry, 7 to 8, 9, even 10 years before another console comes out. So, I mean, unless you do mid console upgrades. I mean,
I can't just simply upgrade this PC though. I have to get a whole new machine because the tech is too old. And if I wanted to get a new graphics card for this computer, I'd have to get a new motherboard to go with it, and that motherboard also has to work well with the RAM I got.
Yeah, and processor. And
otherwise, I'd probably also have to buy some more new RAM.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll just buy a console. I'm happy with that. You put in the disc or you play the click on the game and it just fucking works. And if it's not quite as graphically impressive as a PC, I'll take the trade off.
And all that will necessitate me making room for a video card. Because have you seen the modern video cards? They are the size of PS5s, sometimes even larger.
Yeah. All right. I've been playing Breath of the Wild, speaking of, and I only have a couple things left. 2 more shrines. I know where one shrine is, but I got to find the other one. And that includes all the DLC. I do have 4 side quests left that are mostly inside the castle. I have to get the Hyrule Shield in the basement. And then I have to do 1 master trial for the Master Sword. And then beat Ganon. And that game is done. So I might have it done by next week. It depends on if I can get all those side quests done and, all that type of stuff. But, hopefully I'll have it done by next week. And it's kind of sad to come up on the end, I mean, I can see why I want to end the game because I know Tears of the Kingdom is, as soon as I buy it, is waiting for me. But it's just... I can't stress it enough. I am drawing this game out as long as possible because I just really have been enjoying my time in Breath of the Wild. I think it's one of the greatest games ever created. I mean, honestly. I mean, it's just so good. And driving around in the motorcycle is fucking awesome. It really is. It's really, really cool.
That's what the laptop is for. Looking at porn instead of your gaming rig.
I know. Don't download risky things. I know, Scotoma. I mean, it's there's always risk and all that stuff, but that's what RedTube is for. What's that other one? X Hamster or there's another one too. It's Pornhub.
There's so many of them.
I know. I know. Safe, I guess. All right, let's move on to
RPGrinders reviews.
I don't think Break you had any, right? If I remember. Okay, Eric, your review.
Yeah, I watched the live action One Piece that hit Netflix last Friday, or Thursday actually. And it's 8 episodes long, and each one's about the length of a short movie. So about anywhere from 50 to 60 minutes long, and excluding credits, it's probably closer to 48 to 53 minutes long. But I thought it was really good adaptation. They made some choices that were unusual, but also good because at least they're having certain characters be represented more accurately. Well, because one of the stranger changes is that they decided to make Nojiko, who's supposed to be Nami's adoptive sister, a black woman instead, which might have made sense if she had dark skin in the show, but she didn't. So it was just a choice, I guess. They couldn't find anybody else to do the role perfectly, I guess, so they just went with whoever. Because but there are black Japanese people, so I guess it could work that way with a name like Nojiko. But anyways, some people were complaining about the way that Buggy looks, but I think Buggy's fine. I think they could have just kept his face normal, but kept the red nose. Like, he doesn't put on the makeup and stuff until later anyways, but no, they just went full clown on him from the get-go. But, and they made him lean more harder into the circus freak aesthetic. So he's actually kind of creepy looking. But I think whoever did Kuro did a good job. And it is kind of weird, though, because, Sanji, his flashbacks show him as being a kid with a British accent, but he sounds like he's from somewhere else in Europe instead when you see him as adult version everywhere else. So it's kind of weird. Because I get the feeling that Sanji is actually supposed to be French, despite the fact he has a Japanese sounding name. But anyways, I think the character I think they did the best so far is besides Luffy would be Usopp. I think he's the best representation of that character that they could have done. And Usopp is a person of color, so that making him also a person of color was a good choice. And the only thing I didn't like, which everybody else complained about, is that they kind of, since it was only 8 episodes long, they had to squish a lot of the extra content out, which some of it would have entailed fleshing out certain characters more than others. But I guess maybe with future seasons they could sort of fix that if they add like 13 episodes to a season or something instead of the normal 8 to 10 that Netflix usually has. But also the pacing of the anime is really, 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 really bad. That's why there's over 1,000 episodes now. Quickly approaching 100. 1,000. Yeah, 1,100 at this point.
Ain't no chance of me watching 1,100 episodes, Eric.
Yeah, you'd have to have been watching the show for years already, like I have, even though I've been on and off. Because I've been kind of waiting for certain arcs to finish, and then I just marathon that arc instead.
Yeah.
But, anyways, you should probably do it anyways. Just watch it a little at a time. Because, like, who knows when the series will actually end. But, I think that, like, them replacing certain filler scenes with other filler scenes, like the first half of the first season had a lot of scenes featuring Garp and Kobe, which was just weird for some reason. Like, you're not supposed to, like, I don't know if it's because the manga just didn't develop those characters enough, and I think they maybe wanted to, but, like, that also meant less screen time for other characters, though, who are the main characters who should be getting more screen time. But overall, it's still pretty enjoyable. I'd give this season 8.5.
All right, that's fair enough. Skodoma says, I heard they're canceling the release of the Snow White remake. It seemed ridiculous. Well, Disney wants to do live action of everything. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, Skodoma. All right, I have a couple of quick ones. I have a movie called Mind Games. It's obviously a horror movie. A bunch of, young people are out on an adventure at a cabin, and they end up stumbling upon a mine and exploring the mine. And it ends up being really weird. Nothing that you ever are really expecting. I do question some of the choices. Is it really a horror movie? Which, I mean, there are horror elements, stuff like that. I mean, it's a solid enough movie. It was made okay. The acting's okay. Direction's okay. But I don't know. It's worth the watch, but it if it comes on some free service or something, I give it a 6 out of 10. And then I want to talk about a movie called Exist, which was really, really surprising. It's from the director of the original Blair Witch movie, and it follows kind of the same format of like a found footage sort of movie, but it's not super shaky cam, which I hate. I was pleasantly surprised of this movie. It basically involves Bigfoot, and it's got some nice little twist in it. Very, very well made movie, and very underrated. I highly suggest people watch that. It was on Amazon Prime. Both of these movies were. Exist is actually a really good movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. So make sure you check that out. All right, let's move to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
Freak5 says, a couple days ago I found out about a movie I want to see, Slaughterhouse. It looks ridiculous, Freak5, and not in a good way. Bernie brought that movie to my...
evil sloths or something?
Yes, it's an evil sloth. Bernie brought that to my attention the other day, man. Looks like something else.
Slothnado.
Yeah, Slothnado would be better, probably. All right, Breakman, your Stinko of the Week.
How could you even be afraid with a sloth?
I know.
That's doing right for us.
That's what I told Bernie. I was like, really?
It
That's
kills you when you least expect it, and then it'll suddenly go really fast.
the most unintimidating killer of all time. Like the sloth is like, raising the machete, and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna walk around you, and one of those type of things. All right, Breakman, your stinko of the week.
I got a few of them. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Ohio Republicans because they just do not quit. Every week I've got something new from them. This is a fun one. So
them claws,
Frank
though.
LaRose again, who's supposed to be the impartial protector of our elections, who is anything but impartial. The lease on his office, not his office, but the office for the controller board, which is the overseeing of the elections. The lease ran out, so instead of renewing the lease, he just decided to move the whole operation into his campaign office.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So the guy who's in charge of protecting the integrity of our election and supposed to be nonpartisan is running his own election out of the office, on taxpayer dollars. But here's where it really gets fun. There are a few reasons for doing it. He said, they said that his representatives, because he's a coward, they're moving to this other building because the leases ran up, and we checked a few buildings, and this was the cheapest of the one. Apparently, there are several buildings they could have gone to that were closer, and this one's farther away, and it was cheaper. And it's true. This is going to save. Let me see here. Find an amount. This is going to save $11,124 a year. They brag about that. Well, no, listen, Frank. Listen to this. It's cost them between $400,000 and $800,000 to do the move of taxpayer dollar money. It is going to take them at least 34 years to earn back the money of the move. that $11,000 they have to be at least in that place for at least 34 fucking years.
Oh, Jesus, man.
No other controller has ever felt the need to move the office. They've always just renewed the lease. No, this is all about him wanting to control the elections.
Can he just
it's
get
not about
voted
money,
out?
It's costing us money.
Can he just get
a lot of fucking money?
Can he just get voted out, Breakman? I mean, when is he up for re-election?
Well, he's going to run for senator. Is what's happening.
Good. Please do, and then hopefully the good citizens of Ohio will kick him the fuck out.
I don't know. He's helped gerrymander the fuck out of the state. This state's in dire straits right now.
And what are the Democrats doing? Are they not fucking saying anything, or are they just standing by idly they normally do?
We've got one. The Democrats. We have city Democrats who are always we'll protect you. They ignore basically what's going on around the city or what's going on around the state and say, hey, just come here. You're safe here. LGBT, black people, everybody come here. We're safe in the city. You don't have to worry about the stuff going out in rural areas. Stuff
ridiculous.
Meanwhile, the Republicans control everything, and we got one Democratic senator who every once in a while I hear from, but
Yeah. Scotoma says, but them claws though. The equivalent of someone getting hit by a train, they basically waited for it to happen. And then he says, Bidenomics, kill oil production and claim you're saving the economy. Look, Scotoma, we've talked about this, man. It's all one party, and they all don't give a fuck.
I want to interrupt you real quick.
We should kill oil production. We should just not be using it.
What break? Go ahead.
But you can't just kill oil production and not have.
Hold on, Eric. Let Breakman speak.
I mean, there are
alternatives.
alternatives.
Fine. Just let me go.
Go ahead, Break.
I forgot what I was going to say. You just cut me off twice.
You were cutting me off, Break.
I'm getting sick of anytime you criticize one party, somebody has to come in and jump out and criticize the other party.
You know what that's called? It's called whataboutism.
That's
what about?
Someone just did, because I'm talking about the Republicans of Ohio and what they're doing to our state. They're corrupt in every way. This isn't about Biden or Democrats in any way. This is corrupt Republicans.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've talked about corrupt Democrats in Ohio before too.
Absolutely, 100%. Like I have too. I think both parties are as corrupt as they possibly can be, and that's why I think
I'm saying you can't do both. Like we can't do just because there's bad guys on one side. Well, there's bad guys on both sides, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Why can't we punish both?
I know. I agree. I think we need.
No, it's well, our guys don't we want, so it's okay.
No, I'm with you, Breakman, 100%. Like I call it out every fucking week. I can't stand either party. I think they're both the worst thing that has happened to this country. Republicans and Democrats are they're both the same. There's no difference. The only difference is Democrats just sit on the sidelines looking as the world is passing them by, and the Republicans actively, do things to her.
I'm sorry, I want to interrupt real quick. I'm sorry, Scotoma. I thought you were.
It doesn't matter. He still said something else absolutely stupid.
Because I've dealt with that so many times online. Where I'll say
what
something,
about it?
There's one party and the other party it's immediately like jumping.
No, I agree. I mean, if you have a look, I am one to say that Joe Biden should not be running next time around. There was a CNN poll, not even a Fox poll, that shows that every single person on the Republican side is beating Joe Biden. I mean, it's almost neck and neck, all of them. But I think he's only beating Vivek Ramaswamy. That's it. Joe Biden is losing to everybody else, man. It is fucking ridiculous that we can't have primaries. We can't even listen to other Democratic contenders. We have to just be stuck with the incumbent every fucking time. Happens on the Republican side as well. Look at Trump. Three fucking terms in a row he's running. I mean, why can't we hear a different voice? And all different than the other fucking candidates, because they're all disasters in one way or another.
They're all afraid of Trump, so they all bow to him and try and appease the MAGA audience, even though the MAGA audience isn't as big as they think. It's not the biggest part of the Republican Party.
I agree, and you know that they're beholden to Trump because there was only one Republican that didn't fucking raise his hand. Even Chris Christie raised his hand when they asked, would you still support Trump if he was the nominee? Like, get some fucking spine, you fucking dumbass Republicans. I mean, I've complained about the Democrats not having spines either. But the goddamn Republicans, they're all spineless pieces of shit. They're all, let's not, hold on, Eric. Let's bow to our dear leader, Trump. Oh. Instead of hitting him in the mouth for all his indictments and his bullshit fucking policies and all that. None of them talk about policies. And the same with the Democrats. They don't want to talk about policy. They'll just talk about how orange man bad. They never want to talk policy. None of them ever. They're all spineless cowards, every single one of them. The whole system needs to be burned to the ground and start over. That's it. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
I mean, my biggest complaint is that, like, when you criticize one party, like the people got to come out and like start attacking the other party immediately. Like, no, we're talking about one thing. Can't we deal with this and then deal with that? Like, why? Yeah. Just because, like, say they do find evidence on Joe Biden. Right now, they've got plenty of evidence on Hunter Biden and stuff. Let's say they do find evidence on Joe Biden. And they go and prosecute him. I'd be all for that.
Absolutely.
Going now, whereas they have no evidence and are fishing for evidence.
Yeah.
Or as opposed to Trump, he did so much fucking blatant shit out in public, it wasn't even hard to find evidence.
I know. It wasn't hard at all. And
Trump's
he keeps
fucking wrong.
And he keeps incriminating himself every fucking time he opens his mouth. I love it, man. Nothing's ever going to come about. The elites never, I mean, we talked about this break, man. The elites never get punished. I mean, on down to this Navarro guy who's a low-level fucking plebeian. He's going to get like some, sweetheart deal where he has to do probation at home or some fucking nonsense for contempt of Congress. But if one of us poor people, right, Scotoma, me, you, whoever, did contempt of Congress, we would spend at least a year in jail. And that's it. They would throw away the key and hope that we come out dead. That's the way they look at things. Trust me, that's what's going to happen. So, all right, what else you got, Break?
Okay. Recent, I should have wrote the prison down. I wasn't thinking at the time. But there's a prison where recently a convict escaped. which seems to be happening more and more lately. I keep hearing about escape prisoners and stuff like that. And we've talked about the incompetence of police before, and I could see one prisoner escaping and not really saying, okay, maybe the prisoner was really smart and stuff like that. The problem is, this jail had another prisoner escape in May the exact same way this guy escaped.
Yep. And I saw the warden come out and talk about how, they were taking measures. Really? How about you didn't take measures from what? It happened like 10 years ago or so. Break.
Yeah, 4 months ago.
Didn't learn the fucking lesson, did you?
No.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cops are completely incompetent. Even when they finally do catch the bad guys, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a murderer. Like, this is not a good person to escape.
No. Convicted murderer at that.
Yep.
Yep. And total bullshit. I agree. They're incompetent in every which way. What else you got, Break?
There is what we were afraid of happening with a lot of these like anti-transgender laws and stuff like that. There's a Catholic medical mental health institution that's refusing to help a child just because she's trans. So,
is it private?
Like, what's that?
Is it government funded or is it completely private?
I think it's completely private. So it's a religious institution. So they're like, we don't help you, those kind of people here. We don't have the kind of tools to help. We don't have, even though they advertise being a mental health clinic.
Way to be very godly of you, Catholic Mental Health Center. Yes. Way to be godly. I mean, I'm all for.
That's kind of my point.
The Catholic Church's got its own fucking problems and should be eradicated from the United States because of its complicity in diddling kids. But, neither here nor there, I guess. I mean, we can turn the other cheek when it comes to that, but we can't help fucking, kids in crisis or people in crisis. So, whatever. Fuck them. What else you got, Break?
Yeah, that's it. Just discrimination that we knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
The Republicans and, of course, the police.
Eric, you didn't have a Stinko this week?
No, I do have one. I showed you it earlier, remember?
I
just forgot to put it in the notes.
Well, what was it? Oh, the
arrest of that guy.
Arrest of which guy? Remind me again, Eric.
Shinobu Yoshida, who uploaded video gameplay of
that was strange.
My Darling's Embrace.
For the first time ever, somebody's been prosecuted for posting their gameplay online. Ridiculous.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, for Steins Gate. This guy was posting videos of Steins Gate, and they prosecuted him. First time it's ever happened. Copyright infringement.
Yeah, I got the article. This is from The Verge. There's several articles that covering the story, so the sources are legit. They aren't just making shit up. But there are some things that they don't get right in here. But I'll get to that when I get to that. But a Japanese court has convicted a man of violating copyright law after he uploaded gameplay and anime videos without publisher permission. Okay, so maybe the anime videos are a bit more skeezy, but like for the game, I don't think he should have gotten charged for that. But anyways, reported by Japanese paper Asahi Shimbun, the 53-year-old man, Shinobu Yoshida, was sentenced to 2 years in prison he wasn't sentenced to 2 years in prison. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation. So he's basically on house arrest.
I think that's too harsh. I think it's too harsh.
And also it gets on your record and it'll fuck with your ability to get work later if you're fired or whatever.
Yeah.
And they assessed a 1 million yen fine, which is about $6,700.
Yeah, that I could see. Punitive damages for anime, like if he's posting it online for people to see for free, there are a little bit of damages to be garnered from, loss of whatever, however many people downloaded.
But when it comes to Let's Plays, they should have just eased up on them for that.
Yeah, Let's Plays, no doubt, Let's Plays. The problem
is basically the company that's in charge of the anime for Steins Gate was upset that they weren't earning money that he was, because he was monetizing those videos.
That's a problem, Eric. It's still too harsh of a penalty. I think the fine, the money fine would have been sufficient, not the probation. Fuck that. That's just.
There's a commission law, which is why most VTubers they have to get permission from the content holders before they stream a game.
Yeah. Hey, Slagar.
And they do get money from that, so all that was done. But like Japan doesn't have like a fair use law like we does, and it really speaks more to their outdated policies than anything else.
Yeah, they should have a fair use policy, and they also should do what YouTube does, just like stop the monetization for you and give it to the publisher. You know, I mean, I think that's fair on all fronts. You know, I mean, I don't
Unless
think
he wants to work with the company to be like a spokesperson for it.
maybe that might even be. You know,
and then they can maybe control which content he actually gets to show.
Maybe
if they don't want certain spoilers happening, because there is a Steins Gate anime, but this is a game that's a fan game that is an alternate story where he decides he wants to date all the girls instead of trying to fix the world lines or whatever.
Well, if it's a fan game, that's worse.
It's not a fan game. It's actually an official game.
Oh, okay.
It's a fan game in the sense that, like, well, it's not official storyline timeline.
Okay,
so.
All right, I got you. But it's still made by the company and whatever. It's not like a Mugen game or something like that. Slagar, welcome. Nice to have you in here.
And anyways, the organization that is anti-piracy trade group is the one that prosecuted them, and they're called the Content Overseas Distribution Association, or CODA.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go on to mine real quick. I got a couple. I think my PlayStation 5 is shit the bed, man. I cannot fix it. So far, I've got one more thing that I'm trying after we get off the air here. Hopefully, it fixes it, but it gets stuck on the press the PS button screen, and I can get into it, but I have to do safe mode every time. But I read online there's a couple things like, hold on, Eric. There's a couple things I can do, like disable USB power during rest mode, and I just disabled rest mode, and hopefully that'll work, because I hate it, man. I can't really do anything. I start it every time and it gets stuck in that thing. What were you gonna say, Eric?
So you can use your controller, right?
Yeah, I can use the controller, no problem.
So maybe you should do that, but you should also maybe resync your controller.
Maybe. Well, I tried reinstalling everything and it didn't work. So
you have a secondary controller you could use.
I do, and I tried that as well, and that didn't work. So the last bastion is what I just did. I disabled the USB power during rest mode, and I also disabled rest mode, and hopefully that just.
I have charge on when my rest mode's working, and I haven't had that problem. So
yeah, I know. I got that problem. So I'm hoping this just alleviates the whole thing, and I'll just turn it off every time. And
I did have to go into safe mode once, though, to be able to fix something.
Yeah,
but I don't think that was the same issue you were having.
No, this is just so you press the PS button. First you try to get into your profile, and it says press the PS, and it turns off your controller.
Have you updated your controller's firmware at all?
You know what? There's. I'm gonna try. I did. I mean, I have been, but I'm gonna try doing that too. Maybe that'll help as well. But I'm hoping this just solves the problem altogether, and I don't have to worry about it. But I will try to update the firmware on it too, and software and all that. But there's that. So hopefully I can still get into my PS5. It's just a pain in the ass. I got to restore the storage or whatever that safe mode thing is, where you restore the storage and then you can get back into your but that's a pain in the ass, because you got to do all your passwords, and I don't know, it's just a pain. It's a pain in the ass, but hopefully I fixed it. I'll give you guys an update next week. And then my second real quick is the gerontocracy that we have in politics here in this country. I bitch about Republicans and Democrats, but I think I've narrowed down one huge issue, and it's the fact that people can become lifetime politicians and lifetime judges. I think there should be term limits, absolutely. 1 or 2 terms, and I think 2 terms is good enough. I think that's...
If the president only gets 2 terms, why does anybody else get more?
I totally agree. We've got geriatrics in politics, like Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Feinstein and Pelosi and Schumer, these lifelong politicians that have sucked the fucking juice out of the American people left and right. And I think if we limit it to 2, and limit the amount of money that goes through Congress. These people are making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, not to mention dark money and donor money and all kinds of other shit. If we eliminate the money in politics, I think things would work a little bit more smoothly. And I think there should be an age limit as well. I don't think you should be able to run for president or for Congress past the age of 60. The retirement age should be the age at which you cannot run in this country.
I disagree.
I don't disagree.
I don't think we should limit on age. I think
no. Breakman, look at it. If they keep see, this is the thing. If it's tied to retirement age, you know, and we have term limits, maybe the American people could get a break on fucking Social Security, and instead of raising the goddamn age all the time, maybe we'll fucking lower it, you know, and then we can talk about getting rid of the age limits. I think 65 is good enough. This is why I say it, Break. 65 is supposed to be retirement age, right? What the fuck these people's lives are so fucking sad, Break, man, I think. You got 83 years old people in fucking Congress dealing with a very young and upcoming workforce. They have no idea what it's like to be in the workforce. They have zero clue of what it takes to make this country better at a certain age. So why don't you just take your golden years and actually enjoy your fucking life instead of pretending to try to make policies for younger people that it's completely outdated for? Go enjoy your fucking life. You've already made your goddamn millions of dollars. Enjoy your fucking life and let other people take over the country and try to do better. You see what I'm saying?
I think you're forgetting about wisdom, though.
I think one good thing would be to have a cogency test, and health testing. So if you're below a certain threshold, you should be ineligible to run.
Yeah.
And be forced to retire, basically.
And there's so many different walks of life in America. We have a lot of old people. Old people should have representation. You know.
I look.
It's dumb to say that 65 is a cutoff when we have people that are in their 80s and 90s. Somebody in their 60s doesn't understand what somebody in their 80s is going through. Really,
just Breakman?
Somebody in their 80s doesn't understand somebody who's 18 doesn't understand.
The average life expectancy in the United States is going down, Breakman. We have to try something different. We have to. We're the only modern country. We're the only modern country where the age.
We don't have term limits. If we try that first, you're saying let's jump the age discrimination too.
I'm not. Look, what I'm saying is, Break, that people should be enjoying their golden years instead of worrying about making policy. That's what I'm saying. There's always going to be representation. People that vote. You don't think 80?
Some people enjoy work, though, Frank. I've known a lot of old
people. Then go to fucking Walmart and become a fucking greeter, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, if you're that old, look at people like McConnell. He's on the verge of fucking collapse, man.
Right, but if he had term limits, he would have been gone 10 years ago or something like that.
He would have been gone fucking 30 years ago, man.
But see, and he wouldn't have been a problem then.
Okay, fine. I'll concede the age thing as long as we get fucking term limits in here.
Yeah. We have to get term limits. I agree.
Term limits first and foremost, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, come on. Nothing. These probably looking at going PlayStation again. You should, Slagar. PlayStation's nice. I mean, look how many years I've had my PlayStation. I was an early PlayStation 5 guy. I got one of the first ones. So, part of that is just, but it lasted this long, and I could still get into it. Look, Scotoma says Mitch McConnell had another stroke on TV. He sure did, man. I mean, just look at that. I mean,
sad. It's sad to see something like that.
I agree, and I think Mitch McConnell was the worst thing to ever happen to the American people. Yeah. And it's time for him to get the fuck out of Dodge, man. Enjoy your fucking what do you call it, hospice care, because he's about ready to go, man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if next month Mitch McConnell died by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? It's that fucking close. Slagar says, I need dark money. Donate here. I won't use it for anything I seem as bad. I agree, Slager. I'd rather donate to you than any politician. Let's put it that way. More about cognizance. I agree, Skodoma, but damn, man. I mean, don't you start losing almost everything at 65? Your hearing, your eye. I mean, most people lose something at that age. Their hearing or their eyesight or their ability to walk or whatever, man. I mean, something needs to give. I just passed a cognizency test, and she let me. They will still vote McConnell. I know, Slagar. It's ridiculous. Putting a max age isn't age discrimination. We have a minimum age limit. Why isn't that age discrimination? There you go, Freak 5. I couldn't agree more. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Let's get younger people involved, like 30s, 20s. You know, I mean, I'm all for that, man. I think younger people know how to move this country forward, not the old fucking 80-year-olds. So what are they gonna do? Let's protect Social Security. Okay, that we all know that, you know. But what else? They don't give a fuck about anybody younger than themselves. You know, I mean, come on, man. Protect their wealth. I mean, what else?
You're not going to be able to keep it once you're dead.
I agree. All right, let's move on to happier thoughts, guys.
It's good. What's going to happen to the state when he dies?
Sweeto of the week.
All right, I didn't see any sweetos for you, Eric. Brakeman, do you have any
All right,
sweetos?
I've got two. One, you talked earlier about how we never see rich and powerful people getting actually punished and stuff like that. A celebrity is getting punished, and this one, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's good to see a criminal get, somebody who's a rapist get a long sentence. Danny Masterson, who's ruined the '70s show for me, that fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be in prison probably for a very long time.
And the ranch on Netflix.
Also, fuck Kutcher and Kunis for trying to defend him.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's going to jail for a very long time.
Yeah, 30 years, I heard. Yep. Freak 5 says, I hate McConnell's politics and hypocrisy, but I feel sorry for him. I bet he's being forced to stay in so the Republicans don't lose. I don't feel sorry for him. Fuck him. Fuck him and everybody around him.
No, not really.
He's one of the worst things to ever happen to the United States, man. Fuck him. What else you got, Break?
Okay, I've talked about how bad how Republicans are and stuff like that.
Yes.
I finally found a line that they don't cross. We finally found it. There's one thing they will stand up against.
What?
Domestic violence.
Really?
There's a member of their party who has been accused of domestic violence a few times, and they for the most part, the party stepped up and said, "You gotta retire. You gotta get out of here. We don't want you."
Go on, get.
Usually, it's we gotta wait until the trial happens and stuff like that. Innocent until proven guilty. Well, yeah, I mean that's as far as committing the crime, but he's obviously done something to draw attention to himself away from what's going on outside the office. Like he's a distraction and needs to go.
Skodoma, he was.
Domestic violence is the cutoff line. Apparently, they will stand up against domestic violence.
Well, that's good. Skodoma says, what happened with the guy from that '70s show? He raped a few women, Skodoma, and now he's serving 30 years in jail, which is right where he belongs. It's not long enough, if you ask me. What else you got,
Break?
Break?
Watch now. His character is so funny, and it's like watching guy's a rapist. Fuck,
yeah, I know. I ruined The Ranch for me too. That was a good show on Netflix, man. What else? What else you got, Break?
No, that's it. Generally, just like Cosby ruined everything what he's in, and there are a few others that have just nope, I can't watch that guy anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was in. He was in so many low-budget movies, like B movies. That what was that guy? Turns out to be a child molester. I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
The guy from Howard the Duck.
Dad on Seventh Heaven.
No, that guy too. I forgot about him.
Not Tom
she
Jones.
mentioned another child molester.
I know. There's a bunch, man. Slagar said I could possibly see having some sympathy with McConnell, but the same thing is exactly what he was trying to be against forever. Slagar, I don't have any sympathy. Fuck him. I mean, he should have been retired 20 years ago, 30 years ago, used all his millions to go on vacation, forever vacation. I would prefer that, All right, what else you got, Break? Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Mine is pretty minor things. I got my all-weather floor mats for the car, which is the only thing that I could negotiate to get on the car. What else? Oh, I named the car. The car's name is the Shark or Sharky. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I've got some accessories coming. I've got, they're just minor little things like the valve stem covers for the tires. It seems like a minor thing. I got gray ones to match the car, so that's kind of cool. I've got the cargo mat, all-weather cargo mat coming in the mail. Just little things here and there to make me feel better about the car and make it look cool. I got window tinting on all the side windows, and I'm contemplating getting a very light tint on the windshield, even though technically you can't do that. But the sun just beats down so hard. I'm really contemplating getting really light tint on the windshield. The blonde from that 70s show ended up dying in a messed up way. I do remember something of that nature, Scotoma. I can't remember how she died, but yeah, she died pretty horribly if I remember correctly. And then also we got tablets. I went to pay my bill at Metro, and they offered us $25 a tablet for 4 lines, which I didn't think was a bad deal at all. And these tablets are pretty nifty. I mean, it's not like the most expensive tablet in the world, but man, they're cool for watching YouTube, Netflix, stuff like that. Really nice. And they're independent from our phones, and they don't charge us monthly for them, so you can go online and everything with it when you're out and about. It's really cool. Jeffrey Jones, that's the one, Breakman. Yeah, he's a scumbag and a half. He's still in jail, isn't he? Or did he die?
I hope so.
Hope he died. I don't know. All right.
Well, yeah, or he's in jail. Still,
yeah.
Dead or in jail, either one.
Yeah. All right. Eric, did you have any Sweetos?
Not really.
Okay, let's do our free for all.
It's a free for all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free for all. Wow. Suck it.
All right, round 2 of our tournament of the greatest mascot of all time. Breakman, take it away.
16 teams are left. Wait, no, 32 teams are left. I'm sorry. 32 teams are left. There will be 16 left.
Yes.
We start out with the people bracket. We have the Jolly Green Giant Ho 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 versus Ronald McDonald.
You didn't do it justice there. It's ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Green Giant.
I didn't get the document.
Really, Eric? Okay.
Hold on. I'll get it.
All right. Who's starting on this one, Break?
You can go ahead and start while I'm copying the link.
Okay. Jolly Green Giant versus Ronald McDonald. I almost want to pick Jolly Green Giant, but I have to go with Ronald McDonald because I want to see this Titanic matchup next week. I'm going with Ronald McDonald.
Is he talking
Eric?
about? Is he talking about?
Rick Ronald.
All right. Half of the dream matchup is there. Slagar says McDonald too. Why does it sound like Bernie is on OnlyFans in the back? Not that I'm complaining. Does it sound like that, Skotoma? Does it sound like that? Jolly Green Giant was always a background player, Slagar says. I agree, man. It's Ronald McDonald all the way. What about you, Break?
I'm going to go Ronald McDonald as well.
All right.
The clown moves on. I'm sorry, Mr. Breaking was saying that. I was like distracted. Next, we have the Burger King. Who I wouldn't have given a crap about until he had his own video games and had those creepy commercials where he's extra creepy, versus Fred the Baker, who everybody who grew up in the 80s loved that guy. And he's got to make the donuts.
Got to make the donuts.
No, I know what happened. For some reason my browser closed.
Got to make the donuts.
Yep. Who goes first on this one?
Eric goes first.
Eric.
I'm going with Fred the Baker.
Oh, damn it.
I've got to go with Fred the Baker too.
Oh my God! Oh my fucking God! You guys have ruined it all.
Hold on.
Jesus.
I would go with Fred the Baker, but I see what you're saying. You really want Burger King versus Ronald McDonald for next week. All right, I'll do.
Okay.
Look,
I'm fine either way.
As endearing as Fred the Baker, I'm with you guys 100%. I would have picked Fred the Baker myself, but we have to have this Titanic matchup next
Burger King
week.
versus Ronald.
We have to. This is like a necessity, man. I'm like, Jesus. As soon as Eric said Fred the Baker, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Eric? Like, seriously, it's got to be the Burger King, right?
Why has it got to be, though?
Because we have to see this matchup next week. I need this in my life.
Wendy's and McDonald's is not sufficient.
Eric, I fucking need this in my life. And if you were my friend, we will see this matchup next fucking week, okay?
Well, it doesn't matter because you two are going to vote that way anyway.
Not necessarily. Fucking Breakman was just about ready to pick Fred the goddamn Baker. And I like Fred the Baker. He's awesome.
Well, it doesn't matter now because he already
Okay, good. I finally got my way on one thing. Great. Burger King moves on, right?
Yes, Burger King moves on.
Thank God.
I'm trying to educate Mrs. Breakman and Fred Baker. I can't believe she's never heard
If you
of
make
it.
you feel better, Frank, I'll vote for Burger King next time.
No, we gotta do it fair and square next week, Eric. At this time, I had a little more influence than I normally have. I just wanted to see this particular fucking matchup since the beginning. I saw Ronald McDonald and Burger King at the beginning, and I want to settle it next week, fair and square. Is that fair? All right.
Yeah.
I guess. Let's go on.
Next, we have the Geico Caveman, who I can't believe got to the second round, versus Chef Boyardee, a man who sold his name and changed the spelling of his name because nobody could pronounce it at the time.
Everybody's complaining about me in chat. Slagar's going. I'm sorry, Breakman. Caveman versus Chef Boyardee.
It's no longer valid. Wow. Okay.
Because Fred the No, look, I love Fred the Baker. I would have definitely voted him if not for the potential Titanic matchup, Freak 5. I have to have this in my life, man. I have to. Nothing now matters, Slagar says. How dare you guys, man? All right. Caveman versus Chef.
Baker got shifted. I'm just saying.
You what did you pick, Break?
I am going to start with the Chef Boyardee, because those cans of ravioli are fucking good. Yep. Your next one.
I'm voting for Chef because Caveman,
I kind of like the Caveman commercials, but I'm with you guys. Chef Boyardee all the way.
The Chef moves on, not South Park Chef. Or his chocolate sweaty balls, or Chuck salty balls. That's it.
Plus, Chef Boyardee was a good human being in general, from all accounts.
Next, we have a guy who's not a good human being, Mayhem, because he comes into your life and he destroys everything you have. I find his commercials very funny. Versus Captain Obvious, who his commercials are kind of hit and miss, but it is a good joke, the Captain Obvious joke, I think. Who started last? I started last. Frank, you started.
Let me address something in chat. Just for that, Freak 5 next week, I think I'm going to vote for Burger King. And I was wavering on the two. How dare you, Freak 5. All right, Mayhem versus Captain Obvious. I got to go with Mayhem on this one. Those commercials are funny as fuck. And I don't like insurance commercials, but I like the Mayhem ones. Captain Obvious pretty cool, but Mayhem a little bit cooler. And it has an edge to him. He's kind of snarky in a way, and I like that. Yeah. I want a fighting game with all these mascots. I do too, man.
Mugen probably has already done it.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well,
next.
Mayhem.
Mayhem. Okay. I guess I was gonna say Mayhem as well. Even though Captain Obvious has that one great commercial where he's at the end talking to himself and he says, "Is there anything else? Oh yeah, one more thing. We're bald!" And he rips his head off.
Yeah, I know. But the Mayhem commercials, there's just too many of them, man. Too many good ones.
I think that was their response to the pandemic commercial, like what happened later.
Yeah.
This is what happened. Here we go. Next, we have the cartoon lineup as the Noid faces the M&Ms. Eric, you get this one started.
M&Ms.
Yeah, I don't think this is really a fair fight. This is one on, like, how many M&Ms are there now? I think just red and yellow alone were kind of better than the Noid, but now there's, like, green and shellless and purple and all these other M&Ms. Like, I gotta go M&Ms. Frank, you?
Well, I mean, M&M's is gonna go on. The Noid sucks, anyways. I never did like the Noid. Are these the sexy M&Ms that we determine, or are they the?
It's any of the M&Ms. There's tons of them. There's the green one. I think the green one's naked now. Sometimes.
Okay, I'll go with the naked green one. Then yeah. Remember that? I remember you said that last week. I think that it was a scam. Freak 5. It was hacked. Just saw my friend now. I'm picking up an order at his job. That's cool. Skunma says, "Oh damn! I don't. What are you damning in the Noid? You wanted the Noid to go on? The annoying Noid. All right. What else you got? Break.
Next we have the Scrubbin' Bubbles, an oldie but a goodie, versus Snap, Crackle, and Pop, who I do not... Are they still on the box?
Yeah, they're still in the box.
They are. So they are still a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. They killed the Keebler Elves last week, and they're here to...
I actually
now here to clean up the blood. I don't know who's going to win.
I actually bought a Scrubbin' Bubbles spray, so they still sell that too.
Yeah.
Are the Scrubbin' Bubbles on it though?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, nice. Well, you're starting.
I'm gonna vote for the Scrubbin' Bubbles because they gotta clean up some stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna have to clean up. As I just said, they're gonna have to clean up the blood that Snap, Crackle, and Pop left all over the place from killing all those elves.
I was gonna say both, Slagar. He says sexy M&M or M&M sex. My fractured butthole, Scoma says. Okay. What did you pick, Break?
I don't know what M&M sex is.
I'm also going with those Scrubbin' Bubbles. Man, those things are awesome, man. They work really good, too. You just spray them and just, leave it set for a minute or two. Come back later, spray down, and then you're good to go. You don't even have to do any scrubbing. The Scrubbin' Bubbles do the work for you. And they're cute as fuck, too, man.
Oh, this one might be a little interesting choice. We have the Pillsbury Doughboy versus the Kool-Aid Man. I'm gonna go ahead and start this one out. It's kind of a hard one. The Kool-Aid Man, he's cool. Like he breaks through walls and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That was the sounded more like
Macho Man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I did it last week too. So, but the Pillsbury Doughboy, he looks like you could eat him, doesn't he? Like I just keep watching him. Like I could tip over get a straw and start drinking out of the Kool-Aid Man. But that Pillsbury Doughboy, like he looks yummy. I'm gonna eat that little bastard. I'm gonna go Pillsbury Doughboy. Frank.
Ooh, this one's really, really, really tough. Hold on, let me look at this real quick. I don't need that. I just need. Here we go. I just need this.
I haven't seen genuine Kool-Aid in a long time.
I can just
so,
go talk.
What aisle of Walmart would you find it even?
Of what?
Kool-Aid.
I don't know, man.
Would
That's
it be next to the
Fun Betty microwave cupcakes. Hey, cheer up.
That's the Pillsbury Doughboy parody. I gotta go with Kool-Aid, man. It was the coolest thing for him to just burst out of a brick wall. How many others can say they tore down a brick wall or a wall, man? I'm going with Kool-Aid Man just to put Eric on the spot here.
Eric, you're on the spot.
I'm going for Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there
Kool-Aid
you go.
Man moves on. I'm fine with that. I like the Kool-Aid Man.
It definitely was tough though, because I do like the Pillsbury Doughboy, man. Who doesn't like the Pillsbury Doughboy?
This one's not as tough for me. We have Sonny the Cuckoo Bird. He's Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs versus the Crash Test Dummies, who were the unfortunate employees of every crash test car crash test. Let's throw you guys up against the wall and see how you do.
Yeah.
40 Sorry, last time? I did, Frank. You're up.
I think I'm gonna go with Sonny the Cuckoo Bird. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or whatever.
Eric?
Gotta vote for Cuckoo as well.
Slagar says he partied with the Honeycombs chicks.
Wait, what Honeycombs chicks?
The Honeycombs chicks, you don't remember them?
Maybe that's just too far back.
Yeah, it probably is for you, Eric.
Because they probably had got rid of them by the time I was old enough to know.
Who are you picking, Break?
I was actually going to go with Crash Test Dummies. I like those. Those are fun.
And they replaced those
I feel
characters
so bad for them.
with the Honeycomb Monster Gremlin thing.
Yeah. I do feel bad for the Crash Test Dummies, man, but I don't know. Sonny was just something about him that he's like totally wacky, I don't know. All right.
Next, we have the animal bracket. We have Tony the Tiger versus Jeffrey the Giraffe. Eric, I think you start this one out.
I'll go with Jeffrey because, it's toys, please.
Yeah, you get toys with Jeffrey the giraffe and stuff like that. But Tony Tiger, man,
And you get Tony to beg you to eat frosted cereal.
They're great.
They're great. But Tony's always coming pepping kids up and stuff like that. Like a kid just strikes out, Tony comes in and passes him on the shoulder and lifts him up and stuff like that.
Eat the cereal, that'll make you fat.
Just go eat the cereal, get fat, kid. You'll be okay.
You're running anyway. You'll probably burn that fat off. Maybe not.
Frank, you're on the spot.
Oh, did you pick already, Break?
I picked Tony the Tiger. I guess he's uplifting for kids and stuff like that. He's the good mascot, the nice helper mascot.
I agree with you, but Jeffrey the giraffe has brought so much joy to so many people.
Sure.
Breakman, like, holy shit, what a matchup! This is probably the hardest one to pick, for me. Whew. I think I'm gonna go with Jeffrey the giraffe, man. Toys R Us, man. I can't get over how much joy that company has brought to people.
It's just a small section of Macy's now, and certain Macy's.
Well, at least it's still around, you know. I mean, like in some form, you know. Jeff sold me Mario. Look at that. Slagar says Jeff sold me Mario. So,
but you bought it on launch day, and he just gave somebody in a Jeff costume.
No. He's saying he bought his Nintendo at Toys R Us.
Saying he bought it from a guy wearing a Jeffrey costume.
Remember the California raisins and the
Jeffrey, get me a Nintendo.
Yeah, remember the California raisins and the female ones they tried to make look sexy. I remember that, Scotoma. I remember everything.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yes, I hate when they do stuff like that.
I know. Same thing with the M&Ms. I kid about the M&Ms, by the way. All right, what else we got here?
Which is what I love about the M&Ms commercials. Like, they didn't sex up the character anyway. Like, other people made it
I know.
Made the character sexual. So they made the joke of making her naked.
Yeah.
Here, she's naked. Here's her shell. Here's her without her shell. Like that. Yeah, good, funny. Next, we have the Trix Rabbit, who I don't think he's ever gotten to eat a fucking bowl of Trix. Ever.
I know.
It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Those kids are heartless little monsters. Versus the owl, who is a heartless little monster himself, because if you give him a sucker, he's going to eat it. If you ask him for his wise words, he's going to tell you some bullshit. Yeah.
I'm voting for Rabbit.
Start this, Eric.
I'm voting for Rabbit.
You're voting for the Rabbit? I am also going to vote for the Trix Rabbit. I love that guy. I feel so bad for him. Those damn monster little brats. Frank, what do you want?
Mr. Owl, because he was a curmudgeon and he just totally fucking took that sucker and took the whole thing from that kid. Pretty awesome.
Did own that kid.
Yeah.
Next, we have Spuds McKenzie versus Smokey the Bear. So don't burn down your neighborhood, kids, or the forest, or anything else. Partying with Spuds McKenzie.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Yeah. Smokey the Bear's still around. Spuds McKenzie was a flash in the pan, but he was a fun flash in the pan. I'm going to go with Spuds. What about you, Frank?
Look, I can't go against Spuds for one reason and one reason only. Bernie would kill me if I went against Spuds McKenzie. Like, she has an obsession with fucking, what do they call those? Bull terriers? Yeah, bull terriers. So I have to go with Spuds McKenzie. No doubt.
Spuds.
Yep. Nice. Eric?
Scooter was calling Spuds a pimp.
Freak 5 says, of course, Frank sides with the old man owl. All right, what else we got here?
Smokes. Who did you want, Eric?
I think I just said Spuds, didn't I?
Spuds. Okay, that's a trifecta. We move on to Toucan Sam, because his nose knows. Just follow the nose. It knows. Yeah, whatever. They're Fruit Loops, bro.
Let's go to my. I can see the owl backhanded kid. Yeah, I know, right? Like he was pretty badass, man.
Next versus the Taco Bell Yochiro. What does that sound?
Quieto.
Yochiro.
Quieto.
Bulldog.
Chero. Yo, Chero,
He
Taco
went big
Bell.
on him until like they got accused of racism, and then he disappeared overnight.
I know. I kind of like the Taco Bell dog myself. I'll go first on this one since I'm the resident Mexican, man. Toucan Sam, pretty charming in a way, but like I said, I mean, I lost it in the divorce, but I had a Taco Bell dog that was still going. Like that battery lasted for fucking ever, man. It probably still works today, man. I gotta go just for longevity of that damn stuffed animal, man. Taco Bell dog. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Did we lose you guys?
Mostly I voted for Spuds though, because I knew that my vote wouldn't have won if I picked the other one. So it just
really that's how you're voting, man. I might have voted Smokey the Bear too, if not for Bernie.
So it's on me then.
Yes, it's on you.
What I'm hearing. Okay. I honestly think Toucan Sam's kind of annoying. And the dog, I don't think it was ever intentionally supposed to be racist.
Gracias.
No, it kind of is. Does it make me a racist if I vote for the dog?
No, absolutely not.
I don't know, but I am going to vote for the dog if you want to call me racist.
Absolutely not. I voted for the dog.
The dog moves on.
I actually had Taco Bell today for dinner.
There you go. Gracias.
Think about stuffed animals as a dog. That's stuffed animals.
It's great that Frank can't even pronounce the most basic Mexican Spanish word. Of course I can pronounce the most. I'm fluent in Spanish, Slagar. How dare you?
That was me.
How dare you? That was Breakman.
I can't.
I think that just means we're ready for food quest time. That's all.
We're almost ready for.
We got.
Frank can't talk when he's hungry.
I know. One more bracket to go. Here we go.
One more bracket. This is the mix up of what was left over. We have the Michelin Man, who's basically tires, versus the Double Mint Twins. Eric, you get to go first.
This is the easiest one of the whole fucking thing, man. Double Mint Twins. Double Mint Twins.
Yeah, Double Mint Twins. This is definitely the easiest one. You're right. What about you, Frank?
Double Mint Twins. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Super simple.
Ooh, this one might be a little bit harder. Next, we have the Mr. Clean, who is an iconic icon of mascots, versus the Charmin Bears, who have made it popular to sing about taking a shit.
Yeah, I know.
And the softness of tissue paper.
What is it when you gotta when you want to enjoy the go or some shit?
Yeah. Like it's finally nice to see a company finally act like toilet paper's the use for toilet paper.
Right. Right.
So here, just buy this. It's nice. What's it do?
Wipes your ass.
Exactly. Who's starting this one? I will actually. I am going to, despite the amusing songs and stuff, Mr. Clean's an icon. He's Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. You know that.
Yeah, the only problem I have with Mr. Clean.
Well, hold on. He saved so many housewives. Like he showed up, and he shagged the fuck out of them. Then he the floor left.
No, here's the problem I have with Mr. Clean. A lot of the misogyny going on in those fucking early Mr. Clean commercials, where for one, it was like a domineering thing to see him, like, and then the other, like it just seemed like he was like like the women were always the one cleaning, and he goes in and he like hands them like an eraser or like a mop and says, "Here you go, lady, clean this mess up that you created."
And he goes in the living room, flicks on the TV, chills on the couch, like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with just to throw a wrench in everything. I'm gonna go with the Charmin Bears. I know Mr. Clean is an icon. I'm gonna leave it up to Eric.
Eric, it's on you.
I'm gonna vote for the Bears because toilet paper is important.
Oh.
As well as pooping. So, because
well, look, hashtag I pooped today was started on this fucking channel. So I mean, how could we not go with the Bears?
Two more brackets or two more fights here. We have the polar bears, the Coca-Cola polar bears versus Woodsy Owl. Give a hoot, don't pollute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and start this one out. I'm gonna go with the owl because pollutes. I hate litter bugs. Like, just stop being fucking lazy. For God's sakes, just throw it away. Wait until you get a trash can, throw it away.
I agree with that message, Breakman. But I'm gonna. Oh well, Eric is next. So Eric, you go.
Vote for Woodsy because the polar bears, they were just kind of there.
I like the polar bears, man. Their message of peace. Big old polar bear next to kids and shit, and they're not eating them, and they're offering them a fucking Coke. I mean, but yeah, Woodsy Owl's okay too. But I'm going polar
that's
bears.
the part you saw, but like behind the cameras, like there's blood everywhere.
Just
those little kids were bald.
Speaking of that, did you ever see the video where a polar bear is playing?
Scrubbing bowls had to get rid of the blood from the polar bear.
I know. Did you ever watch the video of this polar bear like playing with a husky that was on a chain in Alaska?
No.
Okay. There's a dark side to that story. There's a video, and it was really cute. This polar bear's literally playing with the husky. Well, apparently after that video was taken, the polar bear came back and ate the husky.
You know what we need, Frick? We need Mr. Clean to play that bald guy in that story in the Bible to have the kids make fun of his baldness.
I know, so the bears come down, the Charmin bears come down and kill 14 people. Freak5 says, just in case I'm driving when it's time for plugs, I will say now, I am not plugging Bernie's OnlyFans this week because Flaccid Frank is doing the whirly bird. How dare you, Freak5? Scotoma says, you guys noticed
the show. She's going to have Woodsy Owl and Smokey the Bear as guest stars this week.
How dare you? Scotoma says, you guys notice how the woke idiots got rid of mascots of color like Uncle Ben's, Land O'Lakes Indian, Aunt Jemima, in turn making the shelves whiter? I know.
I'm not even going to tolerate that response.
No, he's got a point there, man. I mean,
I'm just saying I can't take anybody seriously if you're going to use woke like the way you're using.
Oh, woke! Yeah, I hate that term. It means nothing. I do think that Uncle Ben's is kind of racist, and so is Aunt Jemima, Scotoma. I mean, look at the history. Yeah, I like the Aunt Jemima actually, the brand itself, like the
those are two legendary brands, but they are there have been so many accusations of racism. Like, I know I put the dog on here, the Taco Bell dog, but like we talked about the dog before. Like, I knew you were okay with him, and yeah, that's my excuse.
That was the Pearl Milling Company. What it actually used to be before they decided to call it Aunt Jemima.
It is kind of reverse, like psychology there. Like you want those, because they are very racist. There's no doubt. I mean, no fucking doubt, man. Those brands were racist, but in turn, you just make it whiter. Scotto makes a good point there. But the woke comment, like, who gives a shit about that term, man? That term absolutely means nothing. What's the last one here, Break?
Yeah, Aunt Jemima. Hey, let's put a slave lady on the bottle.
Yeah, I know, right?
But
that syrup was bomb.
What's that?
That syrup was really good, man.
Yeah, that's true. Last we have the Travelocity Gnome versus the most interesting man in the world. Frank, you can start this one.
This is an easy one for me. The gnome is so annoying. I can't even believe. What did it go up against in the previous round, man?
I don't know.
The what?
The hip hop hamsters. I tried to, but I had a mix of new and old in here. The hip hop hamsters are in.
The hip hop hamsters were a little worse, but the gnome is so bad. It's most interesting man in the world. This is easy because that guy actually was interesting in real life, and those commercials were fucking bomb diggity, man.
Eric?
The most interesting man in the world.
I have also got to go with the most interesting man in the world. Here are some quotes from the most interesting man in the world. If he were to mispronounce your name, you would feel compelled to change it. Mosquitoes refuse to bite him purely out of respect.
Yep, I remember that one. That was awesome, man. I love it.
He once ran a marathon because it was on his way.
Because it was on his way. Yeah. Because it was on his way.
If opportunity knocks and he's not home, opportunity waits.
It's sort of like Chuck Norrisisms in a way, huh? Like
I think these were before Chuck Norris.
Yeah, for sure he was before Chuck Norris, but man, that's
they're like Jack Candy before Jack Candy.
Yeah. What?
His 2 cents is worth 37 and change. Once the rattlesnake bit him. After 5 days of excruciating pain, the snake finally died.
Oh man, those are great, man. All right.
If you were to pat you on the back, you would list it under
Oh, I love it, man. They need to bring those commercials back, man. Those are so fun, man. Just find a younger
one
dude.
last one here. His words carry weight that would break a less interesting man's jaw.
I love it, man. So good, so good. All right, let's.
I got another one. Okay. He has won the Lifetime Achievement Award twice.
Twice. All right, man. We got to get out of here, man. Let's do our plugs and get the hell out of here. Breakman, let's plug away.
Follow
here.
me at RPGrinders on Twitter, where I haven't been spinning that, but I've been blocking mostly because it's just people you
stupidity.
can't
Yeah. All right, Eric, your plugs, please.
You can find my written reviews on bossbashbrigade.com, or you can listen to the audio reviews on the feed. I didn't get around to anything this week, but hopefully soon, because I actually have a weekend where I'm not busy doing 50 bajillion things.
Cool.
Or getting wrapped up in a game, because I'm about to wrap up a game. So,
all right.
I'll be able to get one out soon. And I've also been feeling not crappy.
All right. What else? Anything else, Eric?
If you like either of those things and you want to support me, there's a link to my Patreon. And a little is $1 a month, or just however many, like just a one-time thing if you want to do it, whatever. That would help out. Help produce more content for the show by getting me things that would make my computer easier to run, or things that would make my life easier.
All right. You can follow me on Twitter and on Blue Sky, Frank Branches. You can follow me on any of the systems, RPGrinders. I want to thank everybody in chat, Freak5 Chaos, Slagar, Skodoma. Thank you guys so much for being here almost each and every week. And all the lurkers, Ella, Viola, VDES, ha, another TV viewer, Be Your Best Self, Commander Root, Drapsnat, Kada, and Vi Mercy. Thank you all for lurking in chat. What else? Oh yeah, I mentioned all the systems, RPGrinders. Watch the movie Exist. It's actually pretty awesome. It's on. You can obviously rent it on any platform, but you can watch it for free on Amazon Prime. And I think that's about it. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Anything? You guys have anything else? And there goes Eric's usual call at 7.
Yeah,
Telling me it's late. It's Food Quest time.
It is Food Quest time. All right, take care, everybody. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we're out. Later, everybody. I think Breakman's fighting with his harmonica. I think that's what's going on there. All right, everybody in chat, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys, and everybody listening on the archives, thanks a ton.